Welcome to the production carnival. This is Ravindra Thube, faculty at BYJU'S Exam Prep. And you will get this in entire Brahmand, you'll get these things only in the BYJU'S Exam Prep. This is the team that we have. Because we have the team, so how can we get this team somewhere else? So that's why I'm telling this. Welcome students. Join. Please join and tell the entire Brahmand, this is the international industrial carnival is happening. Beautiful questions is awaiting for you. Beautiful scintillating concepts are awaiting for you. Let everybody join. Let everybody join, and then we'll kickstart our beautiful session. This is my challenge to everyone, that this is the beautiful session that is going to happen that you will never forget in your life. This is my challenge. I want 1,000 students right now, right here. Go and tell everybody. This is the beginning of carnival, production engineering. Okay. Let's see that. So when we talk about production engineering, most of the students give a third degree treatment to this particular statement, or this particular, I would say that, the subject. But it's very important. It gives us 6 to 7 marks. And it is very simple subject. It's a very down-to-earth subject, very lovable subject. So why are you giving such treatment? So go and study that. It's very important, systematic way, mathematical approach. Only mathematics is there, and it is very, very simple. So based on that, we'll kickstart, right? Chaudhary Bhaiya, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Right, fine. So shall we start now? Shall we start now? Because I know that this is very neglected topic. Students are not paying that much attention. I do agree that, but still we have to gather our energy and we have to go and start understanding these things. Is it okay? Yes, so we'll start the first question. First question, I know that anyway students are not giving answer to theory questions. This is all numerical. I hope so you will be having pen, pencil, calculator, everything. And then you'll be able to solve this question in numericals. Everybody, hi Shiva. Everybody, hi Shiva. You should be ready to give the answer, right? Fine. Two topics we are going to discuss today in a very detailed manner. One is break-even analysis and second is forecasting. Break-even analysis and forecasting. Very beautiful questions are there that we're going to discuss. Question number first. For a small scale industry, the fixed cost per month is rupees 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees is a fixed cost. The variable cost per product is rupees 20 and the sales price is rupees 30 per piece. The break-even production per month will be, what will be the break-even production per month? Very correct. Chaudhary Bhaiya, Pranam. Right, fine. So I'll say that in a very simple manner. Sir, what is given? Sir, fixed cost is given. Should I write down fixed cost? Yes, sir. Fixed cost FC is exactly equal to rupees 5,000. Rupees 5,000 is fixed cost. Superb. Right, fine. Variable cost. How much is variable cost? Sir, variable cost V is exactly equal to rupees 20. Rupees 20 is what? Variable cost. Rupees 20 is variable cost. Okay, I'll write down the data. And then the sales price is also given. So sales cost is exactly equal to rupees 30. Alright, fine. And now we are interested to calculate break-even. Break-even. How to calculate that, sir? It is very simple formula as far as break-even quantity is concerned. So I'll say that, sir, break-even quantity BXEP, that is break-even production, is exactly equal to fixed cost FC divided by what? Selling price minus variable cost. Selling price minus variable cost, that is exactly equal to break-even quantity. And therefore we can say that, sir, XBEP is exactly equal to fixed cost. How much will be a fixed cost? Fixed cost is 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees divided by a selling price. Selling price is 30 minus variable cost is exactly equal to 20. I guess how much it is? It is exactly equal to 20. And therefore my break-even price, break-even quantity is coming. How much it is coming? Break-even quantity 500. Yugendra, superb. So I'll say that 500 is answer coming. 500 is answer coming. Is it true? Yes. So I'll say that, sir, my answer is C. C is my answer. And you know that she is always right in the life also. She is always right. Right. Superb. You won't be experiencing that after marriage. You'll experience that she is always right. Don't mess with her. Right, fine. Shiva, Chaudhary, Yogendra and everybody. Superb. Scintillating. Dekho. Apne paas questions are very interesting. Right? Subject is very interesting. Person is very interesting. Session is very interesting. Right? Fine. Next question. What is the next question? Beautiful question is crafted for you now. The fixed cost for the product is 1000 rupees. Unit variable cost is rupees 3 and sales price is rupees 4. Right, fine. Okay. If the sales price increase by 25%, sales price increase by what? 25%. Then the break-even quantity is. So how much will be a break-even quantity? I know that most of the students are getting shivering in the body now. Very simple. What is it? Data, whatever is given, you write down the data and then we'll calculate the answer. Right, fine. So fixed cost. How much fixed cost? Sir, fixed cost is exactly equal to rupees 1000. Rupees 1000 is what? Fixed cost. Unit variable cost. So variable cost V is exactly equal to rupees 3. 3 is what? Variable cost. Sales price. So I'll say that sales price S is exactly equal to rupees what? 4. Right, fine. And now he says that the sales price increases by 25%. So if I increases the sales price by 25%, so new sales price will be 1.25 times the original one. 1.25 times the original one. So I'll say that's our new selling price. S1 is equal to 1.25 times the 4. So it will come exactly equal to rupees 5. That is what new sales price. And now he says that when I increase the sales price from 4 to 5, how much will be the break-even quantity? Then the break-even quantity, well, it is increase the break-even quantity or reduce, what will happen? So it's very simple. In the first case, you calculate break-even quantity. And then when the sales price increases to 5 rupees, again you calculate the break-even quantity. And then you'll say that, oh, Chaudhary, superb man, superb. Right, fine. So it's very simple, sir. I'll say that break-even quantity, that is BEP, X is exactly equal to fixed cost divided by sales minus variable cost. Fixed cost is what? 1000 rupees. 1000 is fixed cost. Superb. 1000 divided by sales minus variable cost. Sales minus variable cost. What is sales cost? 4. Variable cost 3. So how much is break-even quantity is coming? Break-even quantity is coming. Break-even quantity is coming 1000 units. So it will be exactly equal to 1000 units. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? 1000 units is coming, right? Okay, fine. If this is the break-even quantity 1000 units, now when the selling prices increases S1 to 5 rupees, rupees 5, can you able to calculate how much is the break-even new quantity? So yes, sir. So new break-even quantity. New break-even quantity BEP1 is equal to fixed cost, same thing, 1000 divided by selling price, new selling price. How much is new selling price? 5, right, fine, because it was increased by 25%. Now minus variable cost, it remains same, and therefore answer will come exactly equal to 500 number of units. So now before the break-even price or break-even quantity was 1000 unit. Now the break-even quantity is 500 units. So can I say that break-even quantity is reduced by how much? What? 50%. 50%. Right. But we have to get 100% marks. Break-even quantity reduces by 50%. It's okay. Hello guys. Guys. Right? Fine. So therefore I'll say that, sir, break-even quantity reduces by what? 50%. By what? 50%. Is it accepted? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. Superb question. Superb answer. Right, fine. So this is what exactly my answer is. Right, fine. You just learn things. You just learn. Get the blood flow in your vein. Right, fine. Okay. No worries. Next question. Beautiful question. Again beautiful. It gives the goosebump. Right? Chaudhary bhaiya, answer de do. Shiva. Right, fine. Yogendra, you should be on your toes. Okay, fine, sir. I'm on your toes. No worries. Right, fine. Next question. क्या question है देखो कितना बढ़िया question है. The break-even point of a manufacturing company is 50,000 units. Break-even point is given to you. Okay, sir. No worries. The fixed cost is 2 lakh rupees and the variable cost per unit is rupees 20. Okay, it is also excellent. The selling price per unit rupees of the product at this break-even point is. Let's say that first of all you calculated break-even quantity. Next question we calculated how much the break-even quantity increases or reduces. And now this beautiful question is telling us to calculate what? Break-even point pe what is the selling price? What is the selling price? Sir, nothing to worry. We'll calculate it. Can somebody calculate? Or should I calculate? Because I'm there to calculate. Oh my God, answer 24. क्या बात है? क्या बात है? Superb, superb. ये हो गए बात. Right? ये बात है sir. Right, fine. Sir, you said that break-even quantity, that is BXP, break-even quantity. How much is break-even quantity? So I'll say that break-even quantity is exactly equal to 5,000 units. Okay, I'll write down that. Fixed cost. How much is fixed cost? Sir, fixed cost is rupees 2 lakh rupees. So I'll say that rupees 2 lakh. Rupees 2 lakh. 2 lakh rupees. Superb. And the variable cost per unit item is rupees 20 per unit item. What is the selling price? Now you tell me that if such questions comes in examination, I should get all India rank 1. I should get all India rank 1. Strategy. How to get all India rank 1? Strategy padho. Right, fine. So I'll say that, sir, break-even quantity. How much is the break-even quantity? Sir, fixed cost divided by selling price minus variable cost. Selling price minus variable cost. कोई शक नहीं है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, no problem. So 2 lakh rupees is a fixed cost divided by selling price we have to calculate. Sir, variable cost is rupees 20 and sir, break-even quantity is 5,000 rupees or 5,000. Break-even quantity is not rupees, it's quantity. So BP is 5,000. Unknown is S. So S is coming exactly good. How much it is? 24 units. 24 units. Is it accepted? Right? So क्या मेरा answer है? What is my answer? My answer is 24. My answer is what? 24. Chaudhary has calculated. Superb answer. Duryodhan, right? Baan lagna chahiye. Okay, great, superb. Okay. 24. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. Right? मैं वो महाभारत में चला गया था थोड़ा. महाभारत का थीम है ना, तो इसलिए I went there. But it is rupees. Right. It is rupees, man. Right, fine. It is rupees. Very correct. Right, fine. Okay, next question. देखो, one more scintillating question is there in front of you. I told you that I bring fantastic questions and content. Right, fine. There is no denying fact. Okay. Whether students are there or not there, but content is beautiful. Right? Okay. A firm with a production target of 50,000 units per year has the following data for the selection of new location for its plant. Right, fine. So there is a plant location is given PQRS. Right, fine. And this is the fixed cost and this is the variable cost. Right, fine. So now the question is that the most economical location for the firm is. So which out of these firm location you should choose? Right, fine. Whether you should choose location P or location Q or location R or location S. Which location should we choose? And based on what criteria we'll choose the location? So it's very simple. Whichever the location gives me a least total cost, I'll choose that one. As simple as that. Because entire world is running behind the money. That you need to understand that. Some people are talking about they are bringing revolution. But which revolution they're talking about? It's a money revolution. Money is important, right? So money, it should be less. Is it okay? Yes. So sir, PQRS, you calculate what is value of P for value of P, value of Q, value of R and value of S, and then I'll say that you will be getting answer. No doubt into it. So okay sir, how to calculate total cost? So I know that total cost is exactly equal to fixed cost plus what? Variable cost multiply by what? What is the production quantity? X is nothing but production quantity. We know that production quantity is 50,000. So therefore I'll say that total cost for location P is exactly equal to fixed cost is what? 1,10,000. 1,10,000 plus variable cost. How much is variable cost? 2. How much quantity? 50,000 quantity is there. 50,000 quantity is there. Can you able to calculate? Yes, sir. So total cost for location P is coming exactly equal to total cost. Let me check how much it is coming. It is coming 2,10,000. 2,10,000 rupees. Right, fine. In the same manner, can you able to calculate for location Q, location R, location S? Chaudhary already answered the location S. But let me check that whether it is correct or not. Right, fine. You have to calculate the locations at which the cost will be less. Is it okay, everybody? Yes. Right, fine. So I'll say that, sir, location Q. For location Q, can I say that total cost for location Q is exactly equal to total cost. Fixed cost. How much it is? 95,000. 95,000 plus variable cost. How much is variable cost? 2.5. Multiply by how much it is the production quantity. How much is production quantity? Production quantity is 50,000. Right, fine. So total cost for location Q is coming exactly equal to 2,20,000 rupees. 2,20,000 rupees. 2,20,000 rupees. Right, fine. Chaudhary, right, be careful. Now I'll say that total cost for what? R, that is exactly equal to 80,000 rupees is the fixed cost plus variable cost. How much is variable cost? Rupees 3 multiply by 50,000, right? It is 1,50,000 plus this is coming 2,30,000. 2,30,000. Okay, so it is coming 2,30,000. 2,30,000 rupees. Yes, fine. In the same manner, we calculate total cost for a PQRS. So it is coming 75,000 is variable cost, sorry, fixed cost plus variable cost, that is 3.5. 3.5 multiply by 50,000. Multiply by 50,000. How much it is coming? It is coming 2,50,000. 2,50,000. Is it coming? Yes. Sumagendro. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Okay, you did mistake. Nothing to worry. Nothing to worry. We are here to make a mistake. But in a GATE examination, we should get rank. Right, fine. Okay. Sir, out of that, you tell me here. In which case the total cost is less? Sir, in the case of P, the total cost is less. I thought profit. No, not profit. You need to understand that. That's why I told you very, very good example. Money is important. So whenever we go to the market and buy something, we always try to buy it at low cost. So here, I want to set a manufacturing plant and that components I'll sell in the market. I'll get a profit. Profit is most important. Everybody's running behind profit. So can I say that? It's very important to gain profit. Is it true? Yes, very good. Very understandable. So I'll say that answer is P. Answer is what? P. Nothing to worry. When I am there, nothing to worry. Right, fine. When BYJU'S exam prep team is there, nothing to worry. Because this will you observe in entire planet here only. So this is my answer. Right? Okay, very good, very good. So nonsense band karte hain. Answer is P. Everybody understand that? Serious candidate has already joined and we are talking about answer P is a correct one. Right, fine. Nothing to worry. Nothing to worry. Again, very interesting and scintillating question in front of you. Let's see. What is that? For the small scale industry, right? We are also small scale, right? The fixed cost per month is 5,000 rupees. The variable cost per the product is rupees 20 and the sales price is rupees 30 per piece. The break-even production per month. Sir, break-even production or break-even quantity, one and the same. Production, that is how many quantities are getting manufactured. So break-even production or break-even quantity, one and the same thing. One and the same thing. Sir, all the data is given to me. Nothing to worry. Just I have to put the values into that formula. What is that fixed cost? How much it is? Sir, fixed cost is exactly equal to rupees 5,000. Right, fine. I told you that today we are going to discuss only two topics: break-even analysis, forecasting. Forecasting आएगा, right? आएगा. मेरे करण अर्जुन भी आएंगे, दिक्कत नहीं है. Variable cost. So I'll say that variable cost कितना है? Rupees 20, right? Rupees 20. And sales cross. How much it is sales price? Rupees 30. Right, fine. Sir, break-even quantity is very simple. Break-even quantity is exactly fixed cost divided by sales price minus variable cost. So fixed cost is what? 5,000 rupees. Right, fine. Okay. Sir, variable cost. Sir, sales price, not variable cost, 30 minus 20. So how much answer is coming? You tell me that. Sir, if you calculate like that, I think so answer is coming 500. C. Superb. Superb. Answer is C. So I'll say 500 units. It is quantity, right? Break-even quantity. So this will be my answer. No doubt into it. Right? Fine. No doubt into it. Right? Fine. Answer is 500 units. 500 unit is my answer. Superb. Right? Fine. Okay, very good. Very nice. Very nice. We are going in a very right direction. Right? Rest of the students, please solve and tell me answer also. Right? You are there to learn. Okay. Okay, great. Next question. Now again the same question is coming and now it's very, very simple. Kya hai? And this is ESE 2016 also. A manufacturing company is selling product for rupees 15 per unit with a variable cost of rupees 10 per unit. The fixed cost of the asset is rupees 50,000. How many units should be produced to the break-even? How many units should be produced to what? Break-even. Sir, now again the same thing. Again we have to do same thing and you are asking me the GATE examination is this much and that much. Can I say that GATE examination is very simple, right? It is asking a very repetitive question. History repeats itself. So I'll say that XBP break-even quantity. Break-even quantity. How much it is? Sir, fixed cost divided by selling price minus variable cost. Selling price minus variable cost. Okay, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Fixed cost. How much it is fixed cost? Sir, fixed cost is exactly equal to rupees 50,000. Okay, great. 50,000. Okay, excellent. 50,000 divided by selling price. How much is selling price? Sir, selling price is exactly equal to rupees 15. And the variable cost, it is 10. Right? So Delhi D anyway is going to come answer. Right? No doubt into it. Right? Fine. So X break-even point, break-even quantity is exactly equal to 10,000. 10,000 will be my answer. Right? Fine. How beautifully this answer is coming. Let's say that. How much it is? 10,000 would be answer. Is it correct? But 10,000 answer is coming. Right? Break-even quantity 50. what is that fixed cost? 50,000, and that is what exactly? Yes, divided by 5. No doubt into it, right? 10,000 is the answer. Nothing to worry, right? Fine. Now, very interesting question. Interesting means same questions are there, right? Fine. What is that? The data for the break-even analysis for the product are given as the fixed cost is 10,000, variable cost is 10 minutes, sales cost is 15, and the break-even volume is again the same. Again, I'll quickly solve and you tell me answer, right? Fine. Sir, I'll say that break-even quantity, break-even point, break-even quantity is exactly equal to fixed cost, that is rupees 10,000 divided by a selling price minus variable cost, that is 15 minus 10. So break-even quantity, break-even point, how much it is coming? The variable cost is 10, selling price is 15. So is it coming 2,000? Is it coming 2,000? Yes. A 2,000. Nayan, Narayanam. Yes, Narayanam. Very correct. A, that is 2,000. Kya baat hai? Okay, excellent, excellent, right? Nothing to worry. And nothing to discuss here also. Now very simple questions, multiple times we have discussed. Right, fine. This question you tell me that. This question we'll discuss. The break-even point can be lowered by. The break-even point can be lowered by. How the break-even point can be lowered? This is the point of discussion. And here we'll put a lot of blood and sweat. Sir, whether it will be increasing by the fixed cost or increasing the variable cost or decreasing the slope or reducing the variable cost. Sir, you have to close your eyes and ask yourself, the break-even point or break-even quantity has to be lowered, has to be reduced. So, sir, you do one thing that you tell me the mathematical formula for break-even quantity. Sir, break-even quantity, that is BEP, is exactly equal to, sir, my fixed cost, right? This is my standard formula. Fixed cost divided by what? Okay, I'll come back to your answer. Narayanam and Chaudhary. But yeah, what is that? Sales price minus variable cost, right? Fine. Up, you tell me that if my left-hand side, that is break-even quantity, has to be lowered, break-even quantity has to be reduced. So if I have to reduce this, so can I say that it's very simple? It's very simple that my numerator has to be reduced because I need this ratio to be lowered. So numerical has to be less and this S minus V has to be greater. If S minus V has to be greater, can I say that that means selling price has to be greater and variable cost has to be less? So in either of the case, if the fixed cost is reducing, then the break-even quantity will reduce. If the selling price increases, even then also break-even quantity will reduce. If the variable cost reduces, then also my break-even quantity will reduce. And if I go to the formula, reducing cost always, very correct, spot on. So if I go to this, can I say that, sir, this is exactly equal to my master figure. On the x-axis, I have break-even quantity. On the y-axis, I have the cost. And now this is the fixed cost. This is my variable cost, this is my total variable cost, or sorry, this is total variable cost, and this is my total revenue, right? Fine. It was clearly mentioned my break-even point has to be lowered. For lowering the break-even point, either the fixed cost has to be lowered, or selling price has to be increased, or variable cost has to be reduced. Is it okay? Yes. So if I go here, say increasing the fixed cost, no, fixed cost has to be reduced. Increasing the variable cost, no, variable cost has to be reduced. Don't mug up this. Don't mug up this. Only go by formula. Only go by formula. Decreasing the slope of the income line. But decreasing the slope of income line will have a problem. It will reduce the profit margin, or it will also reduce. This is called as the angle of incidence. Wo mat karo. Right, fine. Reducing the variable cost. Sir, yes. Reducing the variable cost is ultimate story. Reducing the variable cost is what? Ultimate story. Kya baat hai? Kya baat hai? Ye baat hai sab, right? Fine. So I'll say that this is my ultimate answer. This is my ultimate answer. Nayantara and Chaudhary, are you accepting this? Right? Fine. Rest of the students, please observe. Understand that. Right? Fine. Learn something from this activity. I know that you are weak in... No, you are strong in industrial engineering. I know that. Right? Fine. Next question. Next question. Beautiful handcrafted. Handcrafted. Handcrafted means I have chosen. Right? Fine. Consider the following statement. The break-even point increases. It is exactly opposite of the previous question, and that's why I took it one after the other. One after. Listen carefully. The break-even point has to increase now. Break-even point has to increase. What is it? If the fixed cost per unit increases, or if the variable cost per unit decreases, or if the selling price per unit decreases, which one of the following statements are correct one? A, B, C, or D? A only? Okay. A only is the answer. Or B is the answer. Or C or D. What is the answer? Right? Tell me. Sir, it's very simple again. Very simple. क्या करेंगे हम लोग? Simple है. Simple है. Right, fine. So we will do one thing that, sir, we will write down the formula again. Sir, break-even quantity, X BEP, break-even point or break-even quantity is exactly equal to what? Sir, fixed cost. Fixed cost, right? Fixed cost. Divided by what? Selling price minus variable cost. Selling price minus variable cost. This is the master formula that is in the heart now, right? Fine. Now what we have to do? We have to increase the break-even point. Okay, that is left-hand side we have to increase. Any doubt? No, sir. Koi doubt nahi. You have to increase it, right? Fine. For increasing that, can I say that if this ratio has to increase, that means numerator has to increase and my denominator has to reduce. Denominator has to reduce, and for reducing the denominator, can I say that my selling price has to increase? My selling price has to increase and my variable cost has to reduce. Then only break-even price and break-even quantity will going to increase. Is it okay, everybody? Break-even quantity is going to increase, right? Oh, sir, you made a mistake in the denominator, because if you say that, sir, if denominator has to be less, so can I say that I have to do opposite of that, and that's why students are doing, sir, variable cost has to increase and sales cost has to reduce, and this is the game. This is the game that we are talking about. What is it? Denominator has to be less, so selling price has to be less and variable cost has to be greater, right? Fine. Then only denominator will be less. So out of that, which one is correct? You tell that. Okay, fine. I'll go to the question there. If the fixed cost per unit increases, yes, first is correct statement. If the variable cost per unit decreases, variable cost has to increase, not correct one. If the selling price has to reduce, yes. So 1 and 3 are correct statement. 1 and 3 are correct statement. 1 and 3 are correct statement, right? 1 and 3 means what? Delhi D. Delhi D. Delhi बहुत दूर है, लेकिन answer हमारा दिल्ली है, right? Fine. Superb Nayan Narayanam. Anbunittam, Shiva, Chaudhary, please try to understand it. Do you understand that now? Two questions I have selected, very handcrafted, and both are each opposite to each other. Very, very simple, yet tricky questions. Because when I am there, never fear. Okay, next question. Next question. Next question. What is next question, sir? Which of the following is a technique for forecasting? Now we entered into forecasting. Forecasting is very important in the life also. We have to forecast some values, something we have to forecast so that we can predict future. Predict. We know that the future cannot be predicted, but forecasting is a technique which can predict the future. Right? Fine. Okay. Okay. Very correct. Chaudhary bhaiya, very correct. What is that? Which one of the forecasting technique? Exponential smoothing, or PERT CPM, or Gantt chart, or control charts? Sir, PERT and CPM is altogether different story, right? Critical path method, program evaluation review technique. It is basically different one. Gantt chart is utilizing in what? The sequence and scheduling and sequencing. And control charts are also different. But exponential smoothing is the best example or best method available. This is the analytical method, quantitative method to forecast, right? Fine. So I'll say exponential smoothing is the answer. Exponential smoothing. Superb everybody. Superb everybody. Yes. Yes, answer. This is my answer. Very good students. Very good. Right. Next question. Now you tell me that. What is the answer? In a simple exponential smoothing. In what? A simple exponential smoothing forecasting. To give higher weightage to recent demand. To give what? Higher weightage to the recent demand information, the smoothing constant must be close to. The smoothing constant must be close to. Smoothing constant must be close to what? Sir, we know that in the smoothing exponential method, the recent demand data points is given the highest weightage. And as the age of the data is increasing, that means far data, whatever the far away from that is older data, we are not giving any importance to that, because what happens millions of years ago, we are not interested into that. But what happened yesterday, what happened in the morning, what happened last week is the most important thing. To calculate what? The forecasting. Right? So therefore, I'll say that, sir, in the exponential smoothing method, can I say that the highest weightage is given to what? Recent data points. And we know that alpha value is ranging from what? You are going on the right track. Alpha value is highest 1 and least is what? 0. It is ranging from 0 to 1. And if I require the great result, then can I say that we'll give the value, which is 1? Highest value we should give. Delhi D. Delhi D, my dear friends. Not a C. 0.5 we are not giving. We are giving what? Exponential smoothing. For forecasting, we give the higher weightage to the recent demand data points, and it is what? Maximum value it can give to what? 1. It can give to what? 1. Is it okay, Anchit Saxena? Right? Welcome to the party. Right? Fine. Next question. Let's continue party. Very simple question. On the planet. Right? Fine. On the, because अब planet की बात करनी पड़ेगी ना. We cannot talk about only India or only Bangalore, because now Brahmastra is coming somewhere. Now ban chal raha hai, right? Fine. So the next question is that actual sales of product in the different months of a particular year are given below. So what is the actual sales is given? Right, fine. In the month of September 180, October 280, November 250, December 190, and January 240. These are what demand data points, or this is actual demand is given. Right, fine. The forecast of the sales using 4 months moving average method. Moving average means what? So average is moving. That means however the demand data points are given to you, let it be. But whichever the points that we need to consider, only that we have to select it. It was given only 4 months has to be considered. Even here the demand data points are given for recent 5 months. But we have to calculate moving average for only 4 months, and that is what recent data has to be considered. Recent data has to be considered. Chaudhary, very correct. Recent data. And what is the recent data? So recent data is this January, December, November, and October. And it's a simple average. It's a simple average. So therefore, can I say that forecasting for the month of February is exactly simple average. So I'll say 280 plus what? 250. 280 plus 250 plus 190 plus 240. Plus what? 240. Is it okay, everybody? Yes. That's what simple story is. And divided by 4. Simple average. Just average. Right? Fine. We know that how to calculate average. And what most of the students are dividing by 5. Don't do a mistake like that. Because it was given that only 4 months moving average. So even I do not consider, I will not require to consider the data for September month. It is excluded data. It is excluded data. I hope so you are understanding, everyone. Right? Yes. So therefore, the February month ka what is the forecasting data? Forecasting value is coming 240. Forecasting value is coming what? 240, 240, 240. Is it true? So this is my answer, 240. No denying fact. Don't divide it by 5. Don't divide it by 5. And everybody has calculated the correct answer. So I'm very happy for that. Right? Fine. Is it okay? Yes. Handful of students, but they are understanding. It's very important for us. Next question. Now you have to try and solve this question and understand this gravity of this question, how beautifully it is crafted. For A, sir, I am currently in a 4th year. I have question. Can you answer, sir? Yes, yes, yes. I am there to answer. It's welcome. I am there to any question I am answering. No worries, Chaudhary. And you are solving questions. I am very proud of you. I am very delighted to listen that. Even you are 4th year student, you are in a very good track. Next question. For a canteen, the actual demand for disposal cups was 500 units in January and 600 units in February. This is actual demand. Actual demand. The forecast for the month of January was 400, and for the January month the forecast was done 400. Forecast was done what? 400 units. The forecast for the month of March, considering the smoothing coefficient as 0.75. Calculate and tell me. Sir, it's very simple. I'll draw the table and then tell you what is it. And then it will be very clear to everybody of us. What is that? I'll write down here like months. Right, fine. Months, right, fine. 568, Bhavya Singh. Bhavya Shah. कहाँ थे आज तक? क्या बात है? आके ही उसने धमाका कर दिया. Superb. Superb back. I think so. That is very correct answer. Bhavya. I'm proud of. Months. देखो, months and demand and forecasting value. F stands for forecasting. What is the month? January and February. Right, fine. Whatever it is given, I'm just writing down that data, nothing else. I'm just decoding the data. When I don't understand anything, sorry, we'll do one thing, that what? We'll decode the data. That's it. What is the actual demand for January and February month? It was given actual demand for January and February month is given 500 and 600. Right, units. And the forecast for the month of January was 400. So forecast was 400, right? And then for the month of March, month of what? March, we are interested to calculate forecast. This is what simple question is. Is it okay? Yes. Recorded lectured. देखता हूँ आपके. Yeah, Bhavya. Superb. Yes. Please to listen that. Right, fine. Now it's very simple, sir. Here smoothing constant, right, is given, and smoothing coefficient is given 0.75. By smoothing coefficient or smoothing constant, by that method, can you able to calculate the forecasting for the next month? Yes, sir. Forecasting for n plus 1 month is exactly equal to forecasting for n month plus alpha into demand for n month minus forecasting for n month. This is the scintillating formula available. What is scintillating formula? And that is done and dusted story. Forecasting for next month is exactly equal to forecasting for current month plus alpha, that is smoothing coefficient, right, into demand minus forecasting for current month. So if I want to calculate the value for March, so can I say that, sir, for calculating the forecasted value for the March, we require demand for previous month, that is February's previous month, and forecasted value for February also required. Forecasted value for previous is also required, but that is not given. But can I say that by this smoothing coefficient value, can you able to calculate forecasting for that February also? Yes, sir. So can I write down here, forecasting for February is exactly equal to forecasting for previous month, that is forecasting for January, plus alpha value into demand for January, right, minus forecasting for January, right, demand minus forecasting. Can I able to say like that? Yes, sir. So forecasting for February is exactly equal to forecasting for January. How much value is there forecasting for January? Sir, it's very simple. Forecasting for January is exactly equal to, how much is forecasting for January? 400. So I'll write down here 400, right? Is it okay? Yes. And smoothing coefficient is 0.75. Demand is 500, right? Fine. Minus forecasting. How much it is forecasting? Forecasting, how much it is? I'll get back to you, Chaudhary. Just a minute. I'll solve this question and I'll get back to you. 400. Is it true? Yes. So how much is forecasting for February? Sir, forecasting for February is coming directly 475. Directly 475. Yes? Fine. So this data was not given, but from the given data, I calculated this value. There is no point into discussion of that. Yes, very correct, Bhavya. Bhavya, very correct. Love you. Right, fine. Love you all the golden students who are present here. Right, fine. So if I say that forecasting value is 475, now bhaiya, this is what exactly I'll write down here, 475. Now the case is crystal clear. February month ke liye demand you have, forecasted value you have, and coefficient of smoothing you have. You have to calculate forecasting value for March. Okay, done and dusted now. So I'll say that forecasting value for March is exactly equal to forecasting value for February. What is forecasting value for February? 475 plus alpha, that is 0.75 into demand minus forecasting. Demand minus forecasting. How much is demand? Demand is 600. Demand is 600. And forecasting minus 475. So how much is the answer? I hope so. Bhavya is so fast. Bhavya is so fast. He is a very talented student. Answer is what? 568.75. And this is my forecasting for the month of March. This is what forecasting for the month of March. No denying fact. I'm fourth year student. I have to do a project. I'm going to select industrial engineering as my project area. Is it good? It is excellent. You just join my Telegram channel and just call me personally. I'll guide you. I was there in IIT Kharagpur and my friend was there in industrial engineering. He was the topper of that and he'll give you a lot of suggestions. I'll give you resources. No worries. Right? Fine. Yes. Abhi to scientific calculator help kar raha ho, sir. Yes. Great. So answer is this much. So if this is answer coming, sir, I'll write down here. How much it is answer? 568. Is it okay? Yes. This is a scintillating question. Or 568.75. You can do it. We can do it like that. Right? Fine. No worries. My doors are always open 24/7 for students. Right? No worries. No worries about that. Okay. Shall we go to the next question now? Yes. Next question. Right? Fine. The forecast for the monthly demand. And it's a very simple question. Right? Fine. These are very, very simple questions. Scintillating questions are there. Right? Fine. What is there? This. The forecast for the monthly demand of a product is given in the table below. So forecast is given and actual sales. Actual is nothing but what? Demand. Actual sales matlab this can be considered as a demand. If you get confused, I'll write down as a demand. Don't get confused for actual sales. Now the students say that, sir, actual sales. Actual sales means actually a demand. So this is my demand. This is my what? Demand. This is my demand. Is it okay? Yes. And forecasted value is there. Demand value is there. Forecasted and demand value is there for month 1, month 2 and month 3. This is data given to us. Right, fine. Now what is the question? The forecast is made by using the exponential smoothing method. The exponential smoothing coefficient used in the forecasting of the demand is, so demand value is there, forecasting value is there. Forecasting value is there, demand value is there. Question is asked in a reverse direction. Calculate the smoothing constant. Sir, nothing to worry now. We are master. Alpha value we have to calculate. Can somebody calculate alpha value? So I'll give you this table so that you can check the data and you can calculate alpha value. Alpha is value what? Demand value. We are interested to calculate demand value. We are interested to calculate what? Alpha smoothing constant. Sir, you do one thing, that you write the formula for exponential smoothing. Sir, forecasting for the n month or n plus 1 is exactly equal to forecast for n month plus alpha into demand for n month minus forecasting for n month. Is it okay? Yes. Now, if I apply this formula for a third month, let's say take example for third month. So can I write down here like that? Sir, we can write down forecast for a third month is exactly equal to forecast for previous month. That means second month. So forecast for second month, 0.1 Bhavya, kya baat hai? Plus alpha value into demand for second month minus forecasting for second month. All the values there, unknown values alpha. Calculate, get the answer. कोई doubt नहीं है. So therefore I'll say that F3 is exactly, or what is F3? Forecasting for the third month. Forecasting for the third month is 31.82. 31.82. Forecasting for second month. What is the forecasting for second month? 31.80. What is the alpha value? Sir, we have to calculate alpha value. What is the demand for second month? Demand means actual sale. That is 32.00. Yes. Okay, alpha value. How much it is coming? 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Right? Fine. Very correct. Very correct answer. This is my answer. This is my answer. Is it any doubt, anybody? Students are getting confused directly. Students are saying, sir, we are calculating the forecasted value. Let it be. If all the data is given and if I'm asking the reverse question to you, right, you should be able to calculate. Bhavya has calculated. Chaudhary, you should calculate. Anindam, you should calculate. D2 minus F2. D2 is nothing but demand for second month and F2 is nothing but forecast for second month. Demand minus forecast, and that is also called as error. Demand. What is demand? You say that here, not what is demand? Demand is 32. Okay. We should do like this. 32 minus, sorry. It has to be like that. 32. Demand is 32. Minus what? Minus forecasting value. What is forecasting value? 31.80. Yes. Now it is correct. Is it okay? Demand minus forecasting. Chaudhary, you are correct. Right, fine. I missed one value there. It might be hidden behind me. 31.80. 31.80. Right? Okay. Scintillating questions. Scintillating fundamentals. And each question is different from each other. It gives me some vibe. Right? So that I'll be ready for examination. Right? Okay. Next question. The answer is 0.1 anyway. 0.1. Delhi D is answer. No doubt into it. So this is my answer. Right? Fine. Okay. Very correct. Very correct. Okay. Next question. Dekho. Now what is MAD? MAD means we are all mad anyway in our own sense, but he is asking us to calculate MAD value for the following forecast data. So we know that, sir, MAD is nothing but moving average deviation. Moving average deviation, MAD value. And if I ask you that formula for MAD, do you know what is formula for MAD? Because without formula, right, moving absolute deviation or moving average deviation also bhi bol sakte isko, right? Right, fine. So nothing to worry. So I'll say that, sir, moving average deviation is exactly equal to, it is nothing but the average of a numerical value of error. Average of numerical value, because bias is nothing but what? Numerical value should not be considered. Bias may, we have to consider sign also. Because there is a chance that demand minus forecast can be 0, demand minus forecast can be positive, demand minus forecast can be negative. There might be sometimes overestimating, there might be sometimes underestimating, there might be a chances that. So when we consider a sign, then we get bias value. But when we are interested to calculate MAD, so can I say numerical value has to be considered. And therefore I'll say that in the mod, demand minus forecasting. And we have to calculate average for all the demand data points, right? Fine. So it is ranging from n is equal to, or I'll say that I is equal to 1 to n divided by how many demand data points are there. Now, sir, table is in front of you. What is there? For 1 to 5th month. For 1 to 5th month, or time horizon is given. Right? 9 is very correct answer. Chaudhary correct hai, or Bhavya bhi correct hai. Right, fine. Hum sab correct hai. So first of all, we have to calculate what? We have to just do the demand minus forecast value. Demand minus forecast is error, right? Fine. So what is the demand minus forecast here? I'll write down here. Demand minus forecast 150 minus 165. Demand minus, it is coming minus 15, but we have to consider only magnitude value. So I'll write down 15. 160 minus 165, 5. 165 minus 165, 0. 175 minus 165, that is 10. And 180 minus 165, that is 15. That is numerical value of a error we have calculated. Now you put it over here. What is that? 15. We have to calculate average of it. 5 plus 0 plus 10 plus 15. If I could have calculated or asked you, if I could have asked you bias value, then the sign you have to consider. But as you ask the MAD value, only magnitude has to be considered. And M stands for magnitude. In this way also, you can remember this value divided by 5. Divided by 5. How much answer? Answer is already calculated. 9. Right? 45 by 5. 999. Koi dikkat nahi hai. 9 is the answer. 9 is what? Answer. This is exactly equal to my MAD values. Right? This is exactly equal to my MAD value is there. Answer is this much. This is my answer. This is my answer. Is it okay? Yes. Right? Superb. Superb answer is coming. Right? Okay. Next question. What is the next question? Again, there is a simple question asked on a simple fundamental background. Right? Fine. If actual and forecasted demand, if what? The actual and forecasted demand for the third week is 580 and 600 units respectively. Alpha value is exactly equal to 0.2. Using the exponential smoothing method, the forecast for the fourth week will be. For the fourth week, how much will be forecast? And for the third week, the demand is given and forecasted value is given. Alpha value is also given. So, kya baat hai? So, it's very simple. So, I'll say that, sir, forecasted value for third week, right? And demand for third week, I'll write down here. So, it was given that actual and forecasted demand. So, actual means what? Actual demand, that is 580. And forecasted value, that is forecast. That is what 600 units. Alpha value is given. That is what 0.2. Right, fine. For fourth week, we have to calculate 596. Kya baat hai, Bhavya? Yeah, this is the way to live the life. Right? Correct. So I'll say that, sir, forecasting value for the fourth month is exactly equal to forecasting value for third month plus alpha into demand for third month minus forecasting for third month. Demand minus forecasting. Demand minus forecasting. Right, fine. Okay, correct. So forecasting for third month, how much it is? 600. Right, plus alpha, that is 0.2, right, fine, and D3, that is exactly equal to 580 minus F3, that is 600, right, fine. Therefore, F4 is coming 596. 596, Chaudhary and Bhavya is very correct. 596 is my answer. This is my answer, no doubt into that. This is my answer. 596 is answer. 596 is superb answer. So I'll say that 596 unit is there, right, fine. Till now, I think so for an open platform, I did not teach this industrial engineering, but if you go and learn this industrial engineering from me, I'll say that you'll never regret. It will be a very scintillating topic and you'll learn so many things from here. You can check the quality of that industrial engineering from the questions that we have selected. Question that we have selected, very scintillating question that we have selected here. Right, fine. Next question. Right, fine. Now we have calculated bias. Question is coming. Naam liya Shaitan Hazir. Kya hai? Bias. B-I-A-S. Calculate bias. Right, fine. What is question? Very simple. A shopkeeper for a mobile forecast, the demand at the rate of 1200 per month for the next 3 months. That is what exactly forecasted value. What is forecasted value for next 3 months? 1200, 1200, 1200. Okay, fine. The actual demand turned out to be 1000, 1420, 1600. The bias of the forecast will be. And I told you that there are 3 months forecast and demand data is given. And when we are interested to calculate bias, we have to consider signs also. We have to consider that sign also we have to consider. Right, fine. Sir, nothing to worry. I'll write down this data if you want. I'll say that, sir, demand data points. Therefore, we can say that months, right, here, months. And then we can say that here, forecasted value. Or we can say that demand value and then forecasting. Months, demand and forecasting. First month, second month and third month. What is the demand? So it was given that the demand at the rate of 1200 per month, right? Right. That is what forecasted demand. So I'll say the forecasted value is 1200. Forecasted value is 1200 and forecasted value is 1200. And what is actual demand? Actual demand is 1000, 1000, then 1420, and then 1600. Right, fine. We know that, sir, we have to calculate demand minus forecasting. And then as we are interested to calculate bias, negative sign has to be considered. Negative sign has to be also considered. Right, fine. So therefore, negative sign means 1000 multiply minus 1200 is minus 200. Right, fine. 1420 minus 1200 is what? 220. And this is what exactly 400. So can I say that bias bias is exactly equal to, can I say that summation of I is equal to 1 to n. That is what? Demand minus forecasting. Demand minus forecasting. With what? Sign. With what? Sign. And this is the most important thing. And then n value. So can I say it is exactly minus 200 plus 220 plus 400 divided by what? Divided by how many demand data points are there? 3 demand data points are there. Yes, 3 demand data points are there. And therefore, if you calculate that, let me check, the answer is coming 140. How much answer is 140? So I'll say that's a bias. Bias is exactly equal to 140. Bias is exactly equal to. Hello guys. What is the answer, guys? Answer is 140. Answer is what? 140. Is it true? Yes. Is it true? Yes. So I'll say that, sir, 140 units is nothing but the value of bias, right? I think you are understanding this. Okay. No doubt into that. Now again, sir, it is very simple question. The sales of a cycle in a shop in 4 consecutive months are given 70, 68, 82, 95. Exponential smoothing average method with the smoothing factor is 0.4 is used for forecasting the expected number of sales in the next month. And now I'll just give this as a homework. क्या simple question है देखो. Sir, these are exactly values given for what values given? These are values are given for what consecutive months are given, and that is what sales, right? That is what actual demand. This is actual demand. Exponential smoothing constant is given to you, right? Fine. Exponential smoothing constant is given. The expected number of sales in the next month. So can I say that it's very simple that from the previous demand data points, you can calculate the next data points. Is it okay? बहुत लंबा क्वेश्चन है, अरे लंबा बिंबा कुछ नहीं है, right? You can take it as a homework, right? Fine, and there is no problem at all. This also question you can take a homework, right? Now you tell me this answer, because they are all same questions already we have solved. Nothing to worry, because you are already master into that. Forecasting which assumes static environment in the future. So which forecasting technique assumes the static environment? Static environment is what? I'll tell you static environment is what. Suppose I've done the forecasting for number of months. So forecasting is done for 1 month, 2nd month and 3rd month. Suppose I'm selling one car, right? Suppose I'm selling some GATE products, and whenever I'm selling the GATE products, I forecasted that in the first month itself, there will be 1 lakh product will be get sold, right? 1 lakh. Forecasting hai, darne ki zarurat nahi hai, forecasting. Then the next month there will be 1,10,000 products will get sold. This is what forecasting. And the next month again, I predicted that next month the sale will be 1,25,000. This is a forecasted value. I did forecasting. But when actually turned out to be demand as happened to be only 10,000. When I actually entered and first month is passed, I predicted that, I forecasted that the sales of my product will be 1 lakh, but in the reality demand was only 10,000. So can I say that I missed by so many huge margin? So can I say I have to correct myself, and then whatever the forecasted value I did, I have to change that. And if I did that, that is called as what? Passive. That is called as what? Sorry, that is called as active forecasting. Because I took the values of a first month. After completion of first month, I come to know that, array, this is what very mismatch is happening. As this is mismatch is happening, can I say that I have to change myself, and then I have to correct my forecasted value. That is what I'm active. That is called as active forecasting. Right, fine. And now forecasting which assumes the static. Static environment is what? Doesn't matter. I don't bother about that. Kya ho raha hai? And that is nothing but called as what? Passive. Passive. Short term? No short term forecasting. It is called as what? Passive forecasting. This is what exactly my answer is. Because in that, can I say passive, active and the passive, as simple as that. It is considering the dead rubber environment, static environment. Because, but if we consider the real world, can I say real world is a dynamic environment. Every day the demand is changing. Every day the taste of people are changing. And every day new things are coming in the picture, right? Right, TikTok is replaced by YouTube Shorts. This is what exactly demand and supply, right? Okay, next question. In an exponentially weighted moving average, in an what? Exponentially. I need to go some work. I'll this record. Yeah, Bhavya, yes, life is just, no worries. All the best, Bhavya. Right, fine. In an exponentially weighted moving average, the weight of the demand of the past period, whether it is increasing as the age of the data increases, or whether it is increasing as the age of the data decreases, whether it is decreasing as the age of the data increases, or whether it has a relationship with the age of the data. So I do understand one thing, and that is nothing but, sir, in the exponential weighted moving average, recent data points are giving the highest weightage, whereas the older data points are giving very less weightage. That means as the age of the data is increasing, demand, or as the age of the data is increasing, age is increasing, that means the data is becoming older and older and older. So we give less preference. We will give less preference. So therefore, can I say that decreases as the age of the data increases. The weight is what? Decreasing. And only recent data points is giving the highest weightage. Is giving what? Highest weightage. Older data is not useful. Very correct, Chaudhary. Older data is not at all useful. Old data is not at all useful in such case. Is it true? Yes. Right, fine. Next question now. It's very simple. Which of the following is the measure of the forecast error? Which of the following is the measure of the forecast error? Where we can measure the forecast error? Mean absolute deviation, trend value, moving average, or price fluctuation. So it's very simple that trend value is a trend, moving average is average, price fluctuation is a fluctuation. So where we can't measure is it true? Yes. Mean absolute deviation, that is MAD. Mean absolute deviation, that is what? MAD. Mean absolute deviation, that is nothing but called as MAD. It is a measure of error, and that error is nothing but what? Error is nothing but what? Demand minus forecasting is nothing but called as error. Is nothing but called as what? Error. So these many questions I had in my kitty today, almost 25 questions with a different background, with the best of fundamentals we have solved. And this is the beginning of the production carnival. Tomorrow is the auspicious day for all Indians. Wish you, I would say that, very good happiness for Navratri and Dashera. Wish you very happy Dashera. Kill the devil in your heart, right? Listen to the good people, listen to the good content, and be always positive, I would say that. Right, fine. Currently revising, very correct, Chaudhary, very superb. So I'll say that wish you all the luck, and then day after tomorrow again we'll meet, because tomorrow is the auspicious day. So enjoy your day, but don't feel and don't forget to kill your devil in yourself, right? Kill the Ravana in yourself tomorrow, right? Enjoy the day, be safe, take care of your physical health, and mental health is very important, right? Fine. So wish you all the best, everybody, and we'll again meet day after tomorrow, that is 6th o'clock, or 6th and the 7th again we'll have a production carnival, or sorry, industrial carnival, and day after tomorrow we'll talk about, I think so, PERT CPM and inventory control. Very superb topics. PERT CPM and the inventory, it is the heart of industrial engineering. Any doubt? Preparing short notes and deciding to take test series in suggestion. Yeah. Test series you should start right now. Chaudhary, you should start test series right now. Why you're waiting for that? You prepared short notes, you should prepare, you should have a pocket diary, you should keep in your pocket, and wherever you go, you keep on revising that. And whenever you walk, you talk yourself, you remember that what formulas are there. If there is any mismatch, you open that diary and recall that formulas. Yes, you can message me Telegram, I'll give you my mobile number, we'll discuss. You are a very scintillating student, and whatever the way that you are giving the answer, I'll say that you have all India rank in your kitty coming. Nothing to worry, nothing to worry. Keep continuing your preparation. I'm very happy that you joined me today, right? We need a good students. We need a good students, and even any student come is a good student for us, right? Fine. So I'll take a leave from today's session. Wish you all the best, and I will say that take care of yourself. And whenever you are coming for the next session, you have to do one thing, that you have to brush up your fundamental knowledge for what? PERT and the CPM and the inventory control, which are very, very important, right? Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.